Welcome back to HB Unfiltered Sports Talk. I'm joined with the Stiff Brownie of the Dirtbag, and we want to let you know to visit our website, www.hbunfilteredsportstalk.com, where you'll find our merchandise, and you'll get stuff like water bottles, steel, aluminum. You got hats, you got shirts, you got mugs.
Good quality shirts, by the way.
You got little coasters. We got all sorts of stuff on there. We got backpacks, shoes, canvas shoes, slip-ons.
Some slides.
Go ahead and check it out and see if there's something you'd like to, represent and support us.
I like that.
Cool. We're going to get back to talking about the MLB. We already talked about who we think is going to win the MVP for the year, Shohei Ohtani. Now we're going to dive into the divisions.
I'm taking Acuna Jr.
Okay, I like that better.
That's who I picked.
He doesn't have any PED problems or suspensions.
And he's coming off a massive injury, so he's got to prove his worth.
I'll take that. And hey, for a flyer, I will go. Even though Shohei Ohtani's got it, Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah, I like that.
Mariners. He's a stud.
Sprinkle a little money on that for sure.
Yeah, because he's going to play a full season now.
Which is a great transition because the first divisional winner we're going to talk about is the AL West, American League West. Houston's heavily favored. You know, I got to tell you, Seattle's not that far behind at plus 300.
They aren't, and it pays good money. And I hate the Astros, so of course I'll say take the Mariners on a flyer to take the AL. I want it to be the Angels, but once again, I think injuries will come into play. I think they'll lose games. They'll have one injury, and Artie's going to trade people. So I'd stay away from them. I don't think the Rangers, even though they spent a ton of money, I don't think they're pitching because, hey, we all know DeGrom gets hurt all the time. So I would stay away from the Rangers. Put money, if you want to win a little bit of money, go with the Mariners. But I got to go, even though I hate them as much as I do, they're just so loaded. The Astros are loaded, man.
Yep.
The Astros are going to probably repeat as AL West, but I would love to see the Mariners do it.
This is where our subscribers are going to get a little inside information. We have a lot of history in baseball, and I've been betting on it for a long time. Houston will win the division. There's no doubt about that. But there are moments in this season, especially when we start out, that Seattle, because they draft mostly Dominican players,
right.
Those kids that are coming out of the Dominican and the third world countries down in
Puerto
South America,
Rico,
yes, they want to earn a spot, prove their worth, and they come out like gangbusters the first month and a half of the season.
Yes.
Oakland's very similar. The difference with Oakland and Seattle will come out and they'll go 20-10 in their first 30 games.
Right.
And it's tons of plus money.
Yes.
You can make a lot of money on Seattle, and it happens every single season. Now, am I saying bet Seattle against Houston? No. But what I'm saying is there's times when Seattle starts playing other divisions, and those kids play really, really hard.
Yeah.
Because they want to play the rest of the season for the team.
Yes.
So don't sleep on Seattle. Make some money in the first month and a half, 2 months of the season. Obviously, by showing that they're plus 300 dog to win the AL West, they're going to be there all season long. They usually have a massive, just like Boston and the Yankees, they have a massive winning streak that's like 15 games.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So get your money there. Get your money on Oakland as well. They don't start off the first 2 weeks very well, but they usually end up, the first month of the season, they end up having a nice little 8-game or 10-game win streak, and you can make a ton of money on that.
Yeah, okay.
All right? Let's look at the Central.
All right.
Who do you like in the Central?
I'm going Minnesota Twins.
Man, I love you for that. I like the Twins, too. I don't know why I like the Twins, but the team that's favored is Cleveland. I'm literally like 10 and 186 against Cleveland sports. Cavs, Browns,
right.
Indians, doesn't matter. I'm sorry, right. Guardians. Whatever. No, we're calling them Indians.
Yeah, they're the Indians.
Show.
Redskins.
Yeah.
They're up for sale, by the way.
I do like Chicago, and I think Chicago, once they got rid of Tony La Russa, they played really good. They just were too far behind to make the playoffs and make a push.
White Sox are solid. Obviously, Indians/Guardians made it last year. They got a lot of young talent. They got the best farm system in baseball. So I can definitely see Cleveland winning it, but I don't know. I think there's something with the Twins. They just have like a better overall veteran leadership. Buxton. They brought the shortstop that bounced around all off season. God, why am I drawing a blank on his name? Carlos
Correa. Yeah, Correa.
Carlos Correa. So they got him back on the cheap. So I think the Twins and their pitching staff has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
Younger, good pitchers.
They took 2 years where they made some really good draft picks.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with the Twins, and, and then the Indians, and then the White Sox.
Okay, I'm going Twins, then White Sox, then Indians because Cleveland screws me all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so then we got the American League East.
American League East, obviously, got to go with the Yankees.
Yeah.
But, the team I do like as a dark horse are the Blue Jays. Blue Jays have a ton of young talent. It's everybody's kid that's come up through the ranks. Bichette, Guerrero. It's time for these guys to take the next step.
They've got pitching, and I actually last year took the Blue Jays to make it to the World Series. That's how much I like the Blue Jays.
Wow.
So... yes.
I don't like them that much.
Yes, I like the Yankees, but if you really want some decent 2-for-1 money, get some Blue Jays action.
Okay. Are we allowed to even cross the border and play in Canada? I don't even know.
I think we're okay now, right?
Yeah, we should be.
All right. What else do we got? We got.
Let's move on. We're done with the American League, right? Or no, we got one more, right? The South.
South, yes.
Oh, wait, the Rays.
Why do we not have this on here?
They're with the Yankees. The Rays are going to be good too, by the way.
There's only 3 leagues.
Okay, there's 3 in each.
East, West, Central.
So I was thinking Rays because they're in the South, even though they play in the East with Boston, and the Rays are going to be right there too. So.
All right, so we just got done with the AL East. Let's go to the NL East.
NL East.
That's Braves, Mets, Philly. Man, this division. Woo!
I'll tell you what, the Mets on paper should have been it, but I think losing Diaz, unless they get a top-notch closer, I'm going Braves. I'm going
still
Braves.
like the Braves, okay?
I still like the Braves.
I think Philly's definitely out, and the reason being is because they made it to the World Series. It's really difficult.
Too many people hurt.
It's just really difficult to bring back a team like the Dodgers. What the Dodgers have been able to do over the last 5-7 years, whatever it is,
longer than that,
is incredible.
Yeah.
And people don't understand. People that don't watch baseball, they don't get it. That's an additional 3 or 4 starts for that starter. That's a lot of innings. It's additional, 20 games for that player. That off seasons where they're in the Bahamas. And then coming back and working out. Now that's taken up by playoffs. It shortens your off season. You don't get as much rest.
Yeah.
I don't like the Phillies at all.
Yeah.
I think the Diaz situation is a serious problem for the Mets. So I'm going to go back to the Braves. The Braves have the pitching staff. They've got the talent.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with
Losing
you. I mean, I wish I could argue something with you on this, but you're right. The Phillies, but remember, Phillies going to make a big splash when they trade for Trout. Remember, I said that. That's what could put them back over and get them, to the finish.
Get them right.
Get them to the finish line. It all depends on how good their farm system is and how much they can give up to the Angels to get them.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you're going to get Bryce Harper back in full. Right? Hoskins is out for the year, so you're going to have to replace him. You're going to have to do something with that.
God,
and the Mets lost Diaz. Injuries play such a huge role in who wins. So, we can sit here all day and talk about who's going to win. It really comes down to just staying healthy.
Healthy, for sure.
And right now the Braves are the healthiest, so that's why I'm taking the Braves.
I like that. Switching over to the National League West, you obviously have the Dodgers as the favorite. Padres is number 2. Both of them are like even money.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody else even competing.
This is.
I feel like the Padres are going to win the National League West this year.
I can't believe I'm going to say it too. I think the Padres actually take it, but I think the Dodgers, just like the Phillies, can make a splash if they can trade and get Ohtani, and if they don't have to give away, everything, and clean the kitchen sink. If they don't have to trade absolutely everything, Dodgers move right back ahead of the Padres by getting Ohtani, because now you're talking another frontline starter. Can you imagine the starting rotation getting Ohtani? You got Urias, Ohtani.
Yeah.
They'll eventually bring back Walker Buehler. He's out
It's
for the
basically
whole
the
year.
World Baseball Classic amazing team.
Yes. Yeah.
You know? Random question. This is
Yeah.
for this. Put your GM hat on real quick.
Okay.
Okay, so Otani's making $50 million this year, give or take, whatever it is, for the Angels. What happens if? How much would you have to give up if you took on all of his salary to help the Angels out that way, and then give them a draft? I mean, what do the Dodgers have left? Like a draft pick, 2 draft picks?
No, the Dodgers, not only do they have like draft picks, but their whole farm system is loaded. Like they have players that they
So
can
if you're the Angels, you're like, I want 2 starters.
I would try to throw in Gavin Lux, even though he's hurt. He's going to come back off of an ACL. He's still young. He's an excellent player that can play multiple positions. So I think I would throw in Gavin Lux
And when I say 2 starters, I mean 2 starting pitchers, because that's what the Angels desperately need.
Yeah, well, you're gonna give up the young guys, because if I'm the Angels, I don't want the older guys who
Right.
are about to command money like Urias or Walker Buehler.
Sure.
I want Ryan Patot, who
Yeah.
they just actually beat, but he's earned.
I watched
the
him
right.
last night. I was there.
He's got good stuff.
He throws hard.
He got hit pretty good
His
last night.
fastball's flat, but whatever.
Okay, so but you have him. You can throw in Gonsolin,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there you get 2 starting pitchers in your rotation on the back end if you're the Angels.
So if you're the Dodgers, you send them Lux, Gosling,
Patot, and then two of your best farm system guys.
and you pick up the salary of like $25 million
No,
at that time. or $30 million or whatever it is.
don't worry about the salary, because I don't think it's like a 1 year $8 million. It's actually not.
Wasn't he in arbitration?
Or it might be a 1 year $30 million deal, or whatever it is. It's not a lot of money to what they're going to have to pay him in the offseason. I mean,
Sure.
if you trade 5 players, you are bringing Ohtani in to sign him to a 10-year, $500 million.
Sure.
So that's what I think will eventually happen. Now, the players that we just selected might not be the actual correct players, but it's going to be something to that level. 5 to 6 players and maybe 2 draft picks, and it'll be worth it. It'll be worth every single dime.
And every single team is going to wait until the 11th hour to offer the Angels anything, because they're going to be desperate to move them.
Yes.
Move them.
This is where the Angels are going to basically turn their whole franchise upside down and rebuild, and they're going to be able to do it within 2 years. They're going to be the Cleveland Guardians in 2 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going to have a farm system that will be deep. They'll be the ones that have a team that can finally compete. Because they're not going to do it now. Not with the Mariners and the Astros and the Rangers. So they're going to dissipate that team.
Okay, I love it.
We got one more though.
Yeah.
We got the Central.
Yep, National League Central. What do you like? I mean, we got the Cubbies, we got the Brewers, we got the Cardinals.
You know, I'm going Cardinals.
Okay.
Cardinals and then Brewers. Cubs still aren't there. Bellinger's going to bat 180.
Okay, so here's where I'm going to give a little advice.
Okay.
I absolutely love the Milwaukee Brewers, and I think anybody that out there is listening to us should sprinkle a little something on them to win the division, win the National League division, and potentially win the World Series.
Brewers, okay.
They've got pitching. They've got incredible young talent.
Yeah.
And if somehow they can get Yelich back to what Yelich was before he signed his huge deal,
Yes.
they got a serious team.
Yeah, they are solid.
I absolutely love what the Brewers have done over the last 2 years, and I think they're gonna make some serious waves. Also, don't be afraid to bet on them, because they're gonna win close. They're gonna win close to 90 games this season. So, maybe if they're facing Kershaw or something like that, I understand. But absolutely love the Milwaukee Brewers. They're my dark horse. They're my pick to win it all, like I did the Toronto Blue Jays last year.
So you got Blue Jays and Brewers.
Yep.
I like it.
I love it.
I like it. Good talk on that one.
All right, so we've helped everybody out. As far as tomorrow, enjoy the opening day games. I know where I'll be. Where will you be?
I'm going to be where you're going to be.
We're
Eating
going
some
to
Dodgy Dogs. OC Boardroom.
Fountain Valley. It's beautiful. Come on down. It's right off the corner of Magnolia and Warner, Fountain Valley. If anybody wants to join us and eat some Dodger Dogs and bet on some games, and we'll be there.
And get to know us and hang out and see what we're really like out in public. All right. We'll see you soon. Have a good one.